Today I'm going to talk about the artifacts, especially the new artifact for the cavalry in Call of Dragons. Believe it or not, I saw some crazy reports and I'm going to even share with you some of those reports. This new artifact can be absolutely wild, and maybe for the first time in Call of Dragons, I'm going to actually go for a cavalry artifact. So I'm going to share with you a picture that I received from my teammate, and this is this thing here. Look at this thing. It's looking nasty, brother. This thing is looking as a mage main, I start feeling something that I have never feel from very long time. This is fear. I mean, those artifacts start hitting like a truck in Call of Dragons. No joke, it's like a truck, especially the cavalry one, marksman's one. Okay, we may actually, you know, the marksman too. The marksman come close to you, you most likely delete half of these legions. Okay, I mean, even with this march speed and etc. But cavalry can strike you. Cavalry can be with Nea. Nea is going to give you a camouflage. All these things, put it together, and this thing here. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's like 108,000 damage on the main target. 27.6 thousand on the second target. And this is like, okay, maybe it's not full awakened heroes. Okay, as we can see, Lilia and Velin is not awakened. This one, Bertrand with Mu is also not awakened. It's not awakened heroes. So, you know, still, it's doing crazy amount of damage. This is not normal. So let's check it out and see, first of all, what this artifact actually are doing. What the artifacts are doing. So we're going to go and check out the artifact. After this, we're going to go at the example. Now, this is level 1. I want to point out this thing is level 1. What it's actually doing is deal physical damage to the selected legion, damage factor 1.8, and inflict immobilize, cannot move for 5 seconds. Yo, if this thing catch some moving out or, you know, running mage legion, 5 seconds is enough. You get deleted. Okay, you get deleted for 5 seconds. The majority of the cases, 5 seconds is enough. Effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds, by the way, and once every 10 seconds when basically when you trigger your rage skill, you're going to receive that. But anyway, the target legion loses the immobilization effect 5 seconds later or upon taking skill damage, after which the skill deals diffused physical damage to the target and early enemy legions. Now, here is most likely like in the chasing, if you're using this legion alone. If you use, for example, one cavalry legion and you want to use this artifact, this is going to help you in the chasing your alliance mages, definitely. But if you strike like 5 mages going on the battlefield, you most likely are not going to wait for this extra 5 seconds immobilization. You immediately, some of your legions immediately is going to start triggering their rage skill. We know the cavalries, definitely cavalry, are having this thing that they have crazy rage accumulation speed. Absolutely wild rage accumulation speed. So it's just non-stop going to fire up this the rage skill. So you're not going to wait for this 5 seconds most likely. But the damage upon the entering skill, after which the skill deals diffused physical damage to the target and the legions. I don't know, 27,000 is diffused damage, guys. It's diffused damage to the target and early legions, max like 3 legions in total. Damage factor 1000, damage legion lose 30% march speed for 5 seconds. So this is going to be even further help your cavalry marches. So this artifact end up to be a must-have artifact if you're running cavalry cavalry heroes, just because of this 30% march speed reduction. The enemy is not going to escape from you, at least for the next 5 seconds, and knowing the cavalry, they're going to at least fire up one time their rage skill. Very, very solid one. Now, there is the additional effect. After joining Frostpack Mark, the Hero Legion ignores 10% of the enemy defense. The Legion also deals physical damage to the target, 900. This damage can be triggered once every 1.5 minutes. I don't like this effect, to be fair. I don't like this, but still it's extra damage on top of this 1.8 thousand. Now let's check it out, this thing as in the example. I think in the example may actually look some crazy stuffs. And boy, we actually opened the example. I'm not quite sure, can I actually get the example artifact? Or at least like one draw? We maybe actually have. But anyway, we're going to do it some other video. Now, so far I get lucky to have the Dragon Fate and Infernal Flame. I'm still waiting for the Mirature to get the example one, but brother. And this is the artifact. Now this is level 1. I guess I still not own this thing. Deals physical damage to selected legion and inflict immobilize 5 seconds. Can trigger it once every 10 seconds. 1 second later deals diffused physical damage to the target and early legion. So far we're not having any kind of changes here. You still go the early legions, up to 3 early legions is going to receive this 1000 damage. And yeah, 1000 is a big number, guys. It's a big number, especially for a cavalry. And this 30% march speed. But additional effect, after joining a Frostpack Mark, the Hero Legion ignores 10% of the enemy defense for 8 seconds. 8 seconds when get Frostpack Mark. The Legion also deals physical damage to the target, damage factor to 900. This every 90 seconds. So this Frostpack Mark is actually from one of the new heroes. I think it was an Agnar. Yeah, when dealing hero skill damage, the Legion has 50% chance to get 1 stack of Frostpack Mark. Each stack of Frostpack Mark increase the cavalry unit attack by some percentage for 8 seconds. Now here is the thing with this hero. This is so easy to be achieved. Why? Because by default this hero is deals damage twice, so you already have like two times rage skill execution for each enemy legion within the range of the target legion. When dealing damage, the hero legion ignore blah blah blah. We don't care about this thing. Now here is the other thing: 2 times by the rage skill after triggering underlying crush. This is a cavalry, specifically for cavalry troop. It's not something specifically for Agnar. I want to point out this thing. Physical damage to the first 3 enemy legions within the rush path. So when he charge, you know, he also jump over some troops, is going to receive damage factor 500 and knocks the rush target legion airborne, dealing physical damage which can be 1000. So you're seeing that this bad boy hitting 2 times from the rage skill, hitting like a couple times, it's like 3 enemies, so extra 3 times. I don't know, is it with the rush target or not? But let's say, let's be conservative here, okay? Let's be conservative here. Let's say it's like 5 hits with the rage skill. So here you're going to get at least normally like 2 or 3 stacks of this Frostpack Mark. So with this Frostpack Mark, going with this artifact, maybe I'm just going to go at the other places because it's looking like one idea more shiny. Okay, having this one 10% after getting Frostpack Mark, the hero ignores for 10% of the enemy defense for 8 seconds. 8 seconds is crazy amount of time because you're having like the cavalry cycle of the spells is under 10 minutes. Okay, maybe I can say it's like maybe 8 or 9 seconds. This is the full cycle of the spell. You trigger your rage skill, and after 8-9 seconds you trigger again your rage skill. This is with the cavalry. So this thing is close to 100% from the time your legion is going to have this 10% defense ignore, defense ignore, which is crazy. That's crazy. That's not normal artifact, and there is no surprise for me, because you know this is an additional effect. So this 10% still is going to apply when you execute your main skill, when you execute your main damage of this artifact. On top of that, we all know what the example artifacts are giving, because you know what I was actually presenting to you guys was this is an example artifact. Okay, we're seeing that red thing there, and the damage there. This is an example. So the example artifacts, I can give Dragon Fate as an example. You know, it's giving like extra 5% damage do. So this also inflict the artifact damage. So if it's not example 1, just from the beginning you're losing this extra 5%, and the extra stuff that you're receiving just from the example specifically for this artifact is what you're receiving in form of additional effect. You know, it's actually not in form of additional effect. I guess is the physical damage. The damage factor maybe is jumping from 1.8 to 2.4. I still don't have this artifact, but I saw the reports. Right, yesterday there was a lot of fights, to be fair, and I didn't actually have the opportunity to save some of the records when I get hit. Now I have some fights with the new heroes, not gonna lie. If I find them, yeah, this is this one, but this is, you know, it cannot be actually correct. This heroes is not awakened. I'm not quite sure we're having yeah, this is with the sword of what, mine is like Dragon Fate, and he's having a nice looking pet, but I'm actually hitting him, he's not hitting me, so I cannot say a lot over how the performance of this legion. But so far on paper this legion have to do crazy amount of damage. And yeah, this new artifacts is looking absolutely wild. Maybe I already have some good artifacts for cavalry. This is raw punishment. Back in the days, that was the fear of the people on the battlefield. No joke. Right now, you know, you're starting in the season 1, you get the generation 1 heroes, but back in the days was generation 1, season 1 plus, season 2 plus, and etc. It was way more slow, the progress of getting new heroes and artifacts. Right now everything is happening way more faster. You enter in the season 2, you get the season 2 heroes, but back in the days was not like this. And royal punishment was a fear. That artifact was a fear in the hearts of the players on the battlefield. So I have like Kingslayer, I have Sorwan Blade, both of them are level 5, and I have Spring Blade, which is, this one is level 4 by the way. So I have like 3 good artifacts for infantry. I'm thinking actually getting this one. Because it's just very good one. It's looking like a very solid artifact, I'm not gonna lie. Winter Age. Now I don't care about this immobilization, to be fair, because it's one legion, but I care about this extra damage that is doing. It's up to 3 legions. I'm not quite sure. There's diffused damage, right? It should be diffused damage. Otherwise, it's physical diffused damage. 2 extra 3 early legions, damage factor 1000. Okay. is going to be diffused. But still, guys, still to actually make this report, to actually make this thing, this is a wild report. This is a wild hit. It's basically like deleting one, like 35% from the legion of this player is deleted by by this artifact. It's looking amazing. It's not looking like normal thing that is happening in Call of Dragons. I hope the artifacts don't go in this direction to become the most important thing in the game, where with one artifact you can basically destroy the whole army or delete a full legion. I believe we're still not at this time. Back in the days, the Mirage Orb was actually doing crazy amount of damage, and it was, I have seen the reports like 180,000 damage. Just one time I actually saw that, and it was not actually an example one. Back in the days we actually didn't have example of the Mirage Orb. I mean, we didn't have example in general, not only for Mirage Orb or something like this. So yeah, I really hope we don't witness something where one artifact can delete like over 60% from the enemy legion, because it's going to be wild. People are just going to play for this artifact execution. I believe this is what's going to happen. People are just going to play to execute their artifact, get back, and execute the artifact again, especially if they go out with like 5 legion. Right now I'm going to go out with my 5 mage legions, and you're going to have, I have an Azul, this is Phoenix Eye, Dragon Fate, Thunder Elegy. I want to replace this Thunder Elegy, Mirage Orb, and Infernal Flame. All these things just trigger at one time, and getting the damage from these artifacts, I can just go back and leave the battlefield and still do crazy amount of damage to the enemies. So yeah, just wanted to point out that the new artifact is looking amazing. It's looking absolutely wild. The damage of this artifact is crazy. Again, this one is level 1, so don't say something in the chat like 1.8k. What are you talking about, Burgas? So yeah, don't forget to hit one like on the video. Also subscribe for more Call of Dragons videos, and turn the bell notification. Very important to turn the bell notification, because sometimes the YouTube algorithm don't promote some of my videos. People are like, yo, Burgas, I didn't watch this video, YouTube don't promote me this video. So the bell notification is just going to give you the notification you need if you're enjoying my content. So yeah, I wish you a great day. Go check out this video here. It's also a very interesting video. I'm going to give you some extra valuable information, or at least second opinion over Call of Dragons. Absolutely crazy nice game. I wish you a great day, and yeah, see you in the next video.